Welcome, Raiders. Thanks for checking in. I'm running first to deliver you daily raid update. Here is what I got for you today.
Hello, everyone. We finally have the details for our last assassin. Edward Kenway is here. Guarantee Edward Path event starting this Thursday, March 26th. It's going to be called the Pirates Path event. The Path event is going to be champs training and summoning shards. So I hope you have some shards left over after what this very hectic march that we had. You will be able to get Edward Kenway, his 5-star perfect soul, and you'll have 400 Titan points contained within the path events. So if you're going for Pelo's 5-star soul, you're gonna have to do at least 200 of those Titan points mandatory, and that's if you haven't skipped any. If you chose to skip some from the champion chase, those 200 points that were harder to get, then you're gonna have to get all 400 here. Well, there you have it. That's the news. We are gonna be able to get Edward Kenway guaranteed through a path event. It's gonna be champion training and summoning shards, and it's gonna include his perfect soul as well as signing points. And of course, we're gonna have other rewards in there. I usually find those rewards to be minimal compared to everything else, but we'll see what they give us. My guess is that this weekend on Friday, rather than having a champion chase, which we just had last weekend, we'll probably have a training event running. We'll see. I highly doubt they'll also have a champion chase running in conjunction with the path event so that we double dip. But they might have a champion training tournament running. We'll see what's going to happen. The other event that we have currently in the game is the Chosen Sun Soul Summon Pool. So you've probably seen it in game because it's live already. Already the Chosen Soul Summon Pool. You get a free one from the Dragon Dungeon. All you have to do is go into the Dragon Dungeon and make sure you are using champions from the same faction. I chose to use champions from the Sacred Order, and it was fairly easy for me to do with Sacred Order champions. Exio is part of the Sacred Order, so you could solo the Dragon Dungeon depending on the gear you have. There are different levels of the dungeon that you should be able to do with Ezio, including level 20. So everyone should be able to do this challenge and get a free crystal. It's just gonna be a matter of energy. I myself purchased two already, plus the free one, so I have three. And a little tip is don't open your crystal right away. We'll wait till Tuesday during the CVC or even Wednesday and get CVC points for them. Now, I want to leave you a little something to think about here. And that is, have you noticed the rapid spike in events and basically money cut requirements to compete in this game starting this year in 2026, right? The amount of money you have to spend in the game to keep up has increased rapidly and is constantly becoming a necessity for you to spend money just to participate in the game. The free to play aspect of it is becoming very limited, which should really concern every one of us because this means that the ecosystem of the game is changing. And while people are able to spend, the spenders are not the majority of the player base. I would say that about 90% of the player base spends very little. They're $100 a month, and with a lot of them not spending at all. But the way Plarium has gone with the game this year, it's that you barely have had time to breathe. I mean, you are having events after events after events, and the basis for how you can complete those events are very different. Because they are happening so fast, there is no way for you to amass the necessary shards within the game or grind them in order for you to participate in those events. If you came into the year with a lot of resources, no matter what you skip by now, you probably have depleted them. There's no way you have hundreds of shards because of the number of events we have had so far. Think about it. Every month this year, we had a path event, a deck of fate event without missing. We had dual champ chases and dual training events in an 8 day period. I never seen that before in the game. That's happened in the past 2 months. In this March specifically, right? The change has been incredible, meaning that you had mandatory path event twice, which is needed to complete simultaneous event. The path event itself plus another event that you're doing. For example, what do I mean by that? We had a path event that had rewards in and of itself, and you had to do a portion of that path event in order to complete the fusion. If you did not engage in the path event, you could not complete the fusion. Once again, here we have another path event only a couple weeks later in the same month where you have rewards in the path event itself, right? And in order to complete the Titan event, you are going to have to engage in the path event. You can't skip it, it's not possible, right? So that puts a lot of pressure for you have to do the event no matter what. And there simply isn't enough time for you to grind the resources you're gonna need to complete the path of it. There's no way in game for you to get 20 sacred shards in a 2 week period, for example, in a 1 week period, or in a month for that matter. If you were saving for a month, you don't get 20 sacred shards a month from the game. There's just no way. There's no places to grind them like that. So you're expected to expend, right? So you're going to be spending money. And this is a major change that's taking place in the game that I don't think anyone's talking about because Plarium is a company that has very tight control over everybody that's communicating and giving you a message about the game. The content creators, they draw them in into the content creator program. And like I say in my description, I do not intend to ever become a part of the content creator program. The goal of this channel is to never be a part of the Plarium process and be controlled by Plarium in order for us to maintain an independent critique and opinion of what Plarium is doing so that we can have a completely independent voice within the game and have an honest discussion. The content creators that we have out there in YouTube, they're great. They're really, really good people that are putting a lot of time into their work and they have a great message to put up there. And it's through them that we get updated. But they do have a contractual obligation with Plarium. The Plarium forces them not to disclose and they get compensated for that, right? They are sponsored, every single one of them. And that basically controls what message those individuals can give you, whether it's positive or negative, and how honest they can be, because they work for Plarium, right? So, but that is a much broader topic that we need to discuss in a different video. This ramp up in events and the necessity to spend in the game in order to keep up or to even participate in the majority of the events. Because when we are having champ chases twice in a week, from week to week, with a path event, with something else happening, with show chases, everything is being thrown at you at once, and there's no way for you to grind to get resources to participate in this event. That's a problem. That's a significant change in the atmosphere in the game. And it's happened not so gradually, right? It's a rapid spike. And part of the reason for this is because Plarium obviously has to meet revenue expectations for their quarter, and they have to meet the new guidelines for how they are expected to be revenues month after month, year after year, now that they are part and a major portion of a public company. But once again, that's a much broader topic, something we should discuss in a different video. And I'm going to be looking forward to making that video and to bringing that message to the community. For now, I hope you have all the info, and the info allows you to prepare for this path event starting this Thursday. It's gonna be champion training and shard summoning. So do not go summoning shards to do CBC now. Save every shard that you can and get ready for it because this is gonna be a must do for multiple reasons that you're participating in the current events in the game. Everyone, have a great day and thank you for stopping by the channel.
Thanks for watching, Raiders. Now if you can please share, like and subscribe, then go fight throughout Teleria.